So you guys in Bitcoin, you've got to be smarter. So as it's coming down, like I said, I'm still going to buy more. I save gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I don't just say I like the stuff, but it seems to hold its value. I mean, these academic geniuses like Bernanke, the PhDs from academia, he destroyed our economy. What is wrong with our country? What is wrong with it?
Robert Kiyosaki issues a stark warning, blaming academic geniuses like Bernanke with their PhDs for wreaking havoc on our economy.
In financial education, there's fundamental trading and technical. Technical is the up and down. So when I saw Bitcoin go to 20,000, I don't know what it was, then it dropped down to $1, so it's toast. But then it came roaring back. So when it hit 6,000, I bought 60 Bitcoin at 6,000. I think today it's at 20,000.
In the realm of Bitcoin, Kiyosaki emphasizes that the real risk and profit lie in the purchase, not the sale, a critical insight for investors.
So here's stocks. The government will make sure it doesn't crash. Gold will not crash, but crypto could. You know why? Because the Fed doesn't want it. Because the reason I like crypto, the reason I buy Bitcoin and Ethereum and all that stuff is I don't like the Fed.
The dire consequences of dropping interest rates to historic lows and incessant money printing paint a grim picture of an economy precariously perched on the edge.
The thing with Bitcoin is this, it's like anything, it's not when you sell, it's when you buy it. My rich dad, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. I don't sell any of my properties. I sell nothing because then I have capital gains tax.
Kiyosaki delves into the potential game changer, the Fed coin, which, if introduced, could bypass commercial banks, altering the financial landscape.
But so the more I'm in it, the more I realize it has sustainability. So the reason people buy Bitcoin is the same reason I buy this and I buy this, is I don't trust this. It's the same thing.
Amidst a plethora of investment options, Kiyosaki challenges viewers to evaluate their financial intelligence, emphasizing the importance of smart money management.
When I talk to most of the young guys, they don't like the Fed either. But the problem is, and this is why you've got to be smarter, is that the Fed wants to take this out. The European Central Bank, the ECB, wants to take it out. The Bank of Japan wants to take it out. The Bank of China wants to take it out.
The essence of capitalism relies on capitalists borrowing money to infuse it into the system, a dynamic that might undergo a transformation with emerging financial shifts.
So with Bitcoin, it went up to 20,000, and I watched it drop down to, I think, 1,000, let's say. At that point, it became a technical trade. There's fundamental investing and technical trading. When I saw that thing start climbing back up, I said, I watched it at 6. And I said, I think 6 is the number.
A timeless reminder surfaces. Profits materialize during the purchase, not the sale. Wisdom that stands resilient against the tides of market hype.
Bernanke destroyed our economy by dropping interest rates so low and printing money. Now we're the biggest debtor nation in world history, and they give him the Nobel Prize. And we're supposed to be the reserve currency of the world after 1944. Why don't we teach kids that? Why don't we teach them it's a 1619 project that changes history? Why is our education system so corrupt? But that's the story of rich dad, poor dad. My poor dad, PhD from Stanford, Northwestern, Chicago. He knew nothing about money. My rich dad never went to college, but he did know this was real and this is not real.
Kiyosaki warns against the perils of UBI, Universal Basic Income, and MMT, Modern Monetary Theory, envisioning their adoption as a signal of societal loss. So you crypto guys, you got to be smarter, because what possibly, it hasn't happened yet, is a Fed coin or a yuan coin, a Chinese coin. China will probably have it before the US. Mm-hmm. And there will be a European coin. And they want to destroy Bitcoin. So you guys in Bitcoin, you've got to be smarter. So as it's coming down, like I said, I'm still going to buy more,
But when it passes 27,000, I'm going to back up the truck, just like I did when it passed 9,000. Because that's what traders do. So let me show you the bigger thing here is this. This is the future. This has not happened, but it might happen. If there's a Fed coin, they're going to get rid of the commercial banks. You see, the only way the money can go into the marketplace right now is if the Fed prints money. They give the money to commercial banks like US Bank and Bank of America and Wells Fargo, and they lend the money out. But if the Fed coin comes out, they don't need these banks.
With a cautionary tone, he advises against speculation, drawing a clear line between sound investment strategies and the risky realm of gambling.
So I backed up the truck on 6,000. So today I think Bitcoin's what, 20,000?
Yeah, Bitcoin's at 23,000 now, but it got as high as 60,000 at one point.
Yeah, but I don't buy at 60.
Right.
So anyway, I bought it at 6, and I bought a whole pile of it, same as I buy gold all the time. I don't save dollars. I save gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And I don't just say I like the stuff, but it seems to hold its value. And, you know, Buffett called Bitcoin rat droppings or something like that. You know, but he's a stock guy. Grant Cardone buys apartment houses. You don't have to buy apartment houses. You can buy a bond, and bonds are going down right now. Do you know what I mean? You just got to be smarter. I don't have bonds, by the way. But anyway, there's so many things you can buy, but the biggest question is, how smart are you with your money? And what does school teach you about money? Nothing. And you wonder why school teachers are broke? Because they don't know nothing. My whole family are school teachers. Good people, nice people, Marxist, but good people. I don't care if you're a Christian, a Jew, a Buddhist, or Israeli. I don't really care. Just show me the money.
The historical shift from the gold standard marked the dollar's evolution into a debt-based currency, a transformation with far-reaching implications for our financial reality.
So if there's a Fed coin, Wells Fargo is gone. I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is my prediction of what might happen. Don't say I'm saying it's going to go out and all that stuff. You know? At the same time, if a Fed coin comes in, it wipes me out. Because the way I get my money is I have great credit. And like I said, just last week, Ken McElroy and I borrowed $160 million. That's the only way money gets into the system is guys like us, capitalists, have to borrow money. School teachers can't even get a credit card. They're so stupid. Or they get a student loan. What a rip-off that is. But a guy like me will go out there and use debt, as I said here. I use debt to acquire assets, and I pay no taxes. But they'll never teach you that in school. Well, I like crypto because I'm technologically a dinosaur. I barely use my cell phone. So I talk to younger guys, you know, I also know that I consult to like high school kids because they grew up with the iPhone. You know, I don't know where my iPhone is.
Yeah.
But they grew up with that iPhone. So I know this one 19-year-old, she started trading at 10 years old on the iPhone. I'm like, what? I can barely go to Amazon on my iPhone. You know what I mean? So I'm a dinosaur. So, and I saw crypto coming out, you know, I heard about it, and then I think it went to 20K. But as you know, it always retraces. All booms, bust. So as soon as it busted, it went down to 1,000. Then I want to test the strength of it because I took technical trading courses. You know, technical is a volatility. And this here is fundamentals, you know, income statement, balance sheet. I'll talk about this later. So there's fundamentals, which is income statement, balance sheet, and then technicals. So I took 3 years of technical, and I realized my mother was right. I'm not smart. It's best to stay with oil and gold, you know, slow. But anyway, when I watched the technicals drop, I said, okay, so Bitcoin went, this is years ago, went to 20, from 20 to about 1, I think, or so. And I watched it, and I watched the momentum pick up. So I came in at 6,000. So I bought at 6, about 60 coins, plus Ethereum. And as you know, your profit's made when you buy, not when you sell. So then I watch it scream up. Everybody's saying it's $1 million. You know, I don't get sucked into the hype, because my rich dad taught me early on, your profit is made when you buy, not when you sell. Well, it is fake news, because, you know, they said, well, the reason Bitcoin crashes is because China said they didn't like Bitcoin or something like that. And Elon Musk didn't like Bitcoin. That's not the problem. You see, China has not liked Bitcoin forever. You know, in 2013, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. 2014, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. 2015, they said, don't buy Bitcoin. And 2016, I think they said, don't buy Ethereum. Mm-hmm. So when the press comes out and says the reason Bitcoin crashes is because China trashed it. Well, they've always trashed it. Yeah. That's not the reason it's crashing. Yes, and that's why one of my friends predicted that Bitcoin will go to 1.2 million. I don't know that. I just listened to him. He's a lot smarter than me, you know. But he says 1.2 million. Max Kaiser says 250,000. Some guys say, 100,000. I watch silver. I think silver will go to 100. If silver goes to 100, I make a lot of money. It doesn't make any difference. There's so many ways you can get rich in a capitalist society, but the moment we go to this here, we've lost. So I don't know what the future holds, but I think this is where we're going. So if this happens, my gold and silver are not in this country. I love Bitcoin because it's portable, no storage problems. So I love Bitcoin. I almost bought it, I think it was 2017 when I was at 20,000, but I didn't. And I'm going to say this much here, okay? This is real financial education, what they don't teach you at school. So there's 3 kinds of people in the world when it comes to money. There's an investor, a trader, and a speculator. I am an investor. So the moment I started buying Bitcoin, I wasn't a trader. A trader is somebody who's going to buy it and sell it. A trader, like in real estate, is kind of a flipper. They buy a house to flip it. That's what traders do. And a speculator is a gambler. And I would say most people who are chasing Dogecoins and all this other stuff and Bitcoin, and they're speculators. They're all kind of gamblers hoping it'll go up. That's not what I do. So we at Rich Dad teach us, we don't say one is right or wrong. We're just saying there's 3 different types of investors. So I am an investor. I understand trading. That's what Andy Tanner and all those guys teach, is how you can make money going up and make money coming down. It makes no difference. So when Bitcoin crashed, I made more money. You see, and the guys who are losing money right now is because you're not a trader, you're a speculator. So don't say, oh, you hate Bitcoin. No, I think you're stupid. That's what I'm saying, but it doesn't mean I hate Bitcoin. Okay, so don't be a speculator, because those are gamblers out there. And real financial education should include why Bitcoin and gold and silver are going up and down. And one is because in 1944, there was a thing called the Bretton Woods Agreement. America had basically won World War II against the Japanese and the Germans and the Italians. So in 1944, at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire, the US government promised we will back the US dollar with gold. So that's why I'm very bullish. I'm very optimistic about Bitcoin, because there's going to be chaos for the next 10 years. And Bitcoin will go up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Ethereum will go up and down. Blockchain will go up and down. And then they're going to try and put guys like me in jail. Happens every time. So this here is it. This is our schools. Go to school, get a job, become a small entrepreneur, start a pizza shop or something. I don't do that, because these guys pay 40% in taxes. Remember, money is debt and taxes. So they work for money, they pay 40% in taxes. They work for money, they pay 60% in taxes. So the small entrepreneurs, the guys who are just startups, are going to pay the highest taxes around. But the big business guys like Elon Musk and Bill Gates and Rich Dad here, we only pay 20% tax. And we're inside investors. I put my own deals together. I don't touch stocks, bonds, mutual funds, ETFs. And 1971 is when a man named President Nixon broke the promise, and the dollar came off the gold standard and it became debt. So the reason we have all this volatility with the Fed and the Treasury and Bitcoin and Dogecoin and all that is because of what happened here. So in 1971, the reason your father and I traveled the world teaching financial education is because this changed all the rules here. So what happened in 1964, I started buying silver. I was 16 or 17 years old. And in 1972, I started buying gold at $35 an ounce. But in 1971, it was illegal for Americans to own gold. And I was a pilot in Vietnam flying for the US Marine Corps. And I thought it was really strange that it was illegal for an American to own gold. So I became suspicious of the Federal Reserve Bank and the Treasury. So when I meet most Bitcoin investors, they don't trust the Fed and the Treasury either. They don't trust Biden. They don't especially like Kamala, and they don't trust Nancy.